Hello, my name is Lacey Kemp. I'm the Communications Manager for Kona Bikes, and I'm here to show you some of our new bikes for 2019. First up is our new carbon operator. This is a World Cup steed. It's been tested by Connor Fearon, who's racing it this weekend in Val di Sole. New things on this bike, well, the bike is brand new, but this year we've gone to a 29-inch wheel platform on our new carbon frame. You can see that we've got a nice snazzy paint design here. Features of the bike are it's very, very adjustable. So we've got adjustable reach on the top tube. You can move the reach 10 millimeters forward from the neutral position. So if you like a longer reach, you can adjust that. We also have adjustable chain stays. So you can move the reach plus 15 millimeters from the neutral position on the chain stays. You can run this bike in a 29-inch or 27.5-inch configuration. So if you are someone like my size, I'm 5'4", and you want to run the bike, I would run it in 27.5 in the shortest configuration, and it actually fits surprisingly well. But we only have this bike in two sizes, medium and large, because of the adjustability. You are able to really customize the bike to get a good feel for exactly how you want to ride it. Spec on this, we've got the new RockShox Boxer World Cup fork. And we've got 190 millimeters of travel in the 29-inch mode and 200 millimeters of travel in 27.5-inch mode. The shock will run 195 in 29-inch mode and 205 in 27.5-inch mode. For stopping, we've got the SRAM code brakes, 200 millimeter rotors front and rear. We're really excited about this bike so far. It's proven to be really, really, really fast. That's the feedback we've been getting from everybody, including Connor on the World Cup, is that the bike, it just goes really fast. We built it to race, and we're excited with the results we've had on it so far. We've also got our new Libre platform. We have two models in the Libre. This is our base model Libre. We also have the Libre Deluxe. This is our new, we're calling it adventure bike. It's a gravel bike, it's a touring bike. It's the kind of bike that you want to ride when you're not really sure what you're in for, but you're in for a long day on the saddle. We've got mounts for everything on this bike. We have a bento box mount on the top tube here. We've got a proprietary Kona Versa fork, which has mounts for randoneering. You can put water bottle cage or water bottles on your mount or on your fork. All kinds of rack mounts on the fork. We've got a through hole on the fork as well for other rack options. You can have two water bottles in your down tube. You can put one on the bottom side of your down tube. You can actually run one on top and on your forks too. So there's really, you can, I think it's something you can carry like 5 gallons or 5 liters of water. It's a lot of water. So the difference between the two models is the base model has this gorgeous purple paint job. It's set up currently, we spec the bike as 650B in the base model. We've had a lot of tire clearance on this bike. You can run up to a 47 tire with 650B. The deluxe model is spec'd with a 700 by 45 tire. And both of those can run full fenders with that tire configuration. We also are running a 2x drivetrain on the base model, and we have a SRAM Force 1x drivetrain on the deluxe model. The bike has a really narrow Q factor, so it's really comfortable in the saddle all day long. We have a 16-degree flare on the handlebar, making this bike also position, so your hand position is really comfortable for long days in the saddle as well. And the impetus behind this bike is it kind of sits right in the middle of our Rove and Sutra bikes in the Kona drop bar lineup. We really wanted something that was good in multiple terrain conditions. We've had a lot of requests and demand for a really nice carbon drop bar bike, and that's where we came out with this bike, and we're excited to see where it goes this year and evolve it in the lineup going forward. Next, we have our Satori Deluxe bike. This actually is the top-end model of our Satori lineup. We have two models in this bike. This is the Deluxe. We also have the base model Satori. We've had the Satori in the lineup before, but it took about a 5-year hiatus. This is an all-new Satori, 140 millimeters of travel in the front, 130 millimeters travel in the rear, and a 29-inch platform. It's a very similar bike to our Hey Hey Trail lineup, which is our 27.5-inch bike with the same travel configurations. This is our 29-inch version of that bike, run on our Fuse suspension platform. In the front, we have a RockShox Revelation fork with 140 millimeters of travel. The back, we're running a RockShox Deluxe fork with 130 millimeters of travel. This bike has been getting a lot of commentary for the angles. The seat tube is 78 degrees, which is quite steep for the seat tube. People think it's going to descend kind of wonky because of that, but actually the feedback we've been getting is that the bike is extremely playful and lively on the downhills. And because the seat tube is so steep, it climbs exceptionally well. There's no need to shift forward on your bike when you're climbing. And here today and at the demo this week, we've had a lot of people climbing really steep terrain, and they've been coming back to us saying that it's extremely comfortable going uphill and surprisingly fun in the bike park as well. Okay, this big boy is the big Hanzo. The big Hanzo is also a brand new bike in the lineup this year. We've got a lot of new stuff going on. The big Hanzo takes our very beloved Hanzo hardtail platform and brings the tire to 27.5 plus. So this is our foray into the plus sector here. It is, as you can see, a hardtail. We have 130 millimeters of travel with a RockShox pike up front. Super nice lightweight carbon frame here. One of the nice things about this bike is that the standover is very, very low on this bike through all sizes. So from small through extra large, it's a really low standover bike, which I think makes it really great for all kinds of riders, whether you're just getting into mountain biking and want a plus size bike, or if you're somebody who just likes a really playful bike, the low standover is a really cool feature on this bike. The carbon frames, we have a carbon deluxe version and just a regular carbon version. Both carbon frames are able to run 2 water bottles, which is another nice feature for long days on the bike as well. Another nice feature about the big Hanzo is that you can, if you'd opt for to ride a 29-inch wheel, you can run a 29-inch wheel on this bike too, so it's pretty versatile as well. We just really thought the bike kind of sat better and ran better off the bat with 27.5 plus, which is why we spec'd it that way. We have a SRAM GX Eagle drivetrain on the bike, and we've got guide brakes to keep stopping power nice and strong. The big Hanzo is available in carbon, aluminum, and steel. For those of you who really love steel bikes, we have the perfect big Hanzo for you. This bike will be available very soon this summer, so be sure to check out konaworld.com for more details on the release. We've come to our Process 153 Carbon 29er. This is another new bike for us this year. Our Process lineup has been really successful since its launch, and we've been running it in a 27.5 version. We decided to bump up to the Carbon 29er. We've had an aluminum 29er for the last couple of years, but this year is the first year of the Carbon 29er. It maintains the geometry that Process is known for, with short chain stays in the rear end for a really playful bike. We're running 160 millimeters of travel with a RockShox Lyric in the front, and we've got 153 travel with a RockShox Deluxe, Super Deluxe shock in the back. We've upgraded the bike this year for SRAM code brakes, 200 millimeter rotors front and rear. It's a really, really great upgrade. RockShox reverb dropper post. You're able to run 150 mil dropper post in medium and 170 mil dropper post in large and extra large, which is also a nice feature. We've got X01 Eagle drivetrain, super sweet drivetrain on this bike. One of the things we really are excited about this bike is, in spite of it being a 29-inch wheel, the wheelbase we've maintained a pretty small wheelbase on this bike, so it doesn't really necessarily have the sluggishness that you might associate with a 29-inch bike. It actually rides really lively and really fun, and we've had a lot of really great feedback from everybody testing this bike, which is by far and away the most popular bike at the demo this week. This bike will be available later this summer, so make sure you stay tuned to konaworld.com for the full details.